Yeah, it seems like we're making progress, but it's hard to tell around here. Because we'll just suddenly hit a wall. Though, yeah, we're very close. This is kind of gotta be it, right? Yeah. After the curtain falls, objective updated. Secret memories of bygones, or sweet memories of bygones. Okay, didn't quite finish him in time for imprisonment to happen, but so you are indeed an enemy. It was tough to tell for a second. Probably over-leveled for these enemies, but it doesn't seem like your stats grow that much as you level up in this game. Alright. Wow, I was worried at one point about, oh, what if I don't have enough content for a video if I stop now, right after we defeated the Blackfire Dragon. Yeah, it turns out I didn't really need to be worried about that. Okay, this is probably the right way. Star Sigilum. This is basically the Stone Sentinel maze, right? It's a bit confusing. Oh yeah. Some kind of super zombie mage. Shit. Just timed that. So I always feel like I should be trying for more monster souls. Boy, I love squeaking through little tiny passages like this. Is so much fun. Says Taishi Joe. A bit of personality beyond just I want to help my sister not to be a wooden robot anymore. Oh, sorry. I was ready to start attacking there. I thought that was enemies who'd snuck up, but no. My party members can just warp in. When I go through one of those little, like, press circle to interact movement things, my party members just warp wherever they feel like. They don't have time for that nonsense. Probably don't want to try to sneak around there. Here we go. Really about to have a whole nother video with no resolution to this. It's just my own sense of wanting the ending to be settled that's making me not just do another video, another recording session next week. Might be a dummy, but he did have a way to make my young mistress laugh. Yeah, see, that's nice. Not as humorous as I am, but he did know how to tell a joke. Fuji Nuan, somebody else. Like, these are all characters from Warriors Orochi 2, which is kind of where that game started. The series started to fall off a cliff. I mean, I liked the concept of Warriors Orochi. I found to be a lot of fun. It didn't really bear up to having a bunch of sequels, though. Even you weren't enough to make her want to spend eternity? Even the mighty companionship power of this parrot wasn't enough. Find a campfire, I will call it a video and not save. I'll wait and make sure the video actually processes, and if it does, save then. But yeah, this is another place that was pretty frustrating to navigate, because you're just getting point. It's like the Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 3 compass. You just keep getting told you're going in this general direction, but there's a fucking wall. And there might be a much more convoluted side path you have to go, but there's no way to tell from the way that this map might work. Well, I don't have to go explore. I mean, I just need to find the right path forward. I certainly don't care about exploring off the sides of every conceivable place, because we kind of already know that we've done a pretty thorough reconnoiter around here. We've see, once again, can't actually get through there. But we've done a reconnoiter, and we kind of already know that what am I saying? We've explored, and we've found any loots that are going to be found. We've found. That's what I'm saying. So exploring side paths is just not a thing we need to do, really. We just need to get going. This did seem like a pretty cool place to hang out. You know, when it wasn't like a wreckage. Alright, now remember these puzzle zones. It's kind of nice to have them sorted. Surely this will get us over there. Let's just replay the entire game, guys. Oh, this is taking us back to her cabin. Oh man, I feel like I could have teleported here. But again, they have these little objective markers. You need to actually go to them, knowing where they're trying to get to after each interim objective marker doesn't help you.
若是体内黑火彻底失控，便会带来难以挽回的灾祸。
Yeah, we know that.
过往的伤痕和无法排解的寂寞，对他来说
It
全
seems
是
like
负担。
maybe we should have learned some of this during the game.
这独自对抗这么多年，
夫人她一定不希望天下再经历磨难。
消灭黑火能够解救神州大陆，并了结他的痛苦。大小姐如今算是得偿所愿了。
Aw.
或许，替仙儿炼坏身躯，对夫人而言更是一种解脱。
只是，夫人也不愿让故人们难
That's
受。
why she trapped you in a clockwork prison. Huh?
大小姐将此事托付给你们，正是她的温柔。
Yeah, no, she's pretty
所
cool.
以，你们可千万不能辜负她的苦心。
Were we? Did it look like we were going to betray her kindness?
大王的叮嘱，我们不会忘的。
She didn't tell you anything. I just told you. After a series of flashbacks.
毕竟多毛民还需要本大王的带领，小鬼们可要多保重。
Wait, is this goodbye? That's kind of
等齐同
sudden.
大王安顿好，再邀请我们过去吧。
No, keep the.
那是
Keep
自
away.
然。
Oh, okay. Never mind. We will be welcome in his kingdom.
文景夫人离开以后，吉鹏大王最终回到了多毛国。在大王的指挥下，多毛民树立了一座多毛女神像，以及多毛女神的
Oh wait, so
图
she
像
just leaves?
那女神身穿绿衣，背着一把黄金大剑，
I thought they might.
眉
She
眼
and
间依稀认得出
Zhao might.
是夫人的模样。
Never mind. She's gonna become the new Lady in Green, I guess.
了结了
Oh,
所
that
有
was just
恩
him
恩
flashing.
怨
But
怨
that picture had nothing to
挥
do
别
with
了中
her
原的
Hong.
纷纷扰扰。红儿与小玩伴如愿前往西域。
Oh, she's telling the story from the point of view of Hong because that was the heroine of
现
her
实最后
childhood
的弱
stories.
者得到了小玩伴的帮助，
We've had that
利用
phrase.
他机关术的知识，兴修水利。
Is this a mistake? Are we getting the same translation
造福
twice?
无数
Because
人民
the last series of images was clearly about King Jipeng, and now the game's over. Wait a second. What? Okay. All right. I mean, all right. If that's where you want to end it, Golgi Yang. Huh. Yeah. Very weird narrative style here. I swear there was some kind of translation error where over that, like... Oh, see, here we got flashbacks to earlier games in the series. That's kind of fun. They've been going back for the days of that style of graphics. But, I think it's cool. There's so many games set in and around China, but they're always from Japan. It's kind of nice to see, you know, an actual Chinese studio making a game. I don't want to get into the controversy. I don't care if it's... I'm not knowledgeable. I mean, is this game from Singapore or Taiwan? I don't remember. It's not from the PRC, but... I mean, it's Chinese people making games set in China that involve aspects of Chinese culture and mythology. It's pretty cool. I'm into it. But there's some weird narrative convention here. Like, the whole notion of... all that going around. So they backfilled huge amounts of information about the Lady in Green. And it's not easy necessarily. Like revealing exposition in an artful way isn't always a simple matter. Not every game can do it this way. Like, one of my all-time favorite examples in a video game is Final Fantasy. Yeah, it's Tidus. People hate Tidus. I don't have as big a problem with him as some people do. He can be really annoying, but he's introduced as this stranger in a strange land, so it's a great mechanic. People are constantly explaining things to him about the world because he doesn't know them, but that allows the player to learn them too. And also, massive spoilers for a game that's been out for decades now. Also, if you want to see a Let's Play of Final Fantasy X, like I did one, and it's my favorite Let's Play I've ever done. Yeah, like you spend most of the game, their quest is set up so Yuna's going to die at the end of their quest, but Tidus is the only one who doesn't know. He's the only one who doesn't know. But there's a lot of scenes where it's heavily hinted at, and the player probably figures it out before Tidus does. But Titus doesn't really find out about this for certain until more than halfway through the story. And then they switch things around, they change circumstances, they save Yuna, but now as they go to pursue an even different ending, why am I talking about Final Fantasy X? Because, yeah, now we have a whole sequence where the player finds out and Titus finds out that he will die at the end of the quest, and there's no getting around it. The nature of why he would go down is not something that can be saved. They either save the day, because if they save the day, Titus will go. And Yuna, there's little suggestions. Yuna is piecing this together, but doesn't really know for sure. And the rest of the party is completely surprised, other than Orin. They don't know what's going on. The player does. And that's an interesting thing. There's a lot of the game where the characters have knowledge the player doesn't, but the player has the same knowledge basically as Titus. And it just makes sense. In this game, it's like Jipeng knows all this stuff about her, and he's not telling. But when he does tell us at the end, it's not like... It's just a big exposition dump. Like, it almost seems like her story is more interesting than the story of the characters we follow. And again, I keep saying over and over, I don't dislike Taishi Zhao. I don't dislike Taishi Xiang. I don't dislike Cao Hong. Cao Hong is actually... Other than being pretty and having big chest, she's like the least interesting character in the game, probably. Because she's just kind of... Well, I guess her backstory could be interesting, but again, it's like, we get bits of backstory. We never get flashbacks of exciting things happening. It's always this backstory with people telling each other things in dialogue. I guess King Jipeng has been part of the series for a while. See, that's more romantic than anything that happened in this game. That scene right there. It's an old man there. Why don't you kiss her instead of talking her to death? But no, I mean, so much of the backstory, which could be interesting, is just introduced to us in flat dialogue between. The big problem is that both Taishi Zhao and Cao Hong are both just Chu Hong, excuse me. They're just not that animated, so they have a lot of really dry dialogues with each other. The story of what's going on with the lady in green is actually interesting, but the game is almost over before you learn any of it, and the game is literally over before you learn most of it. It's a very weird narrative structure. At the end of the day, I mean, looking back, because now, what have I got left? I'll do the DLC. What is the DLC? It's going to be a series of boss fights. It's not going to have story, as far as I can make out. So I'll do it. I'll play around with it, and if it seems like having a party of 3 and powered-up characters is making these battles pretty winnable, it might be worth powering through to see if I can get clear the whole thing. And if not, then it isn't. But like, some of these scenes from these other games that are making me curious about these past games. But this game, it was just so humorless, other than a little bit of very believable teasing from Taishi Zhao to Taishi Xiang, but not a lot of outright humor. Humor doesn't always translate very well from culture to culture anyway, but it seems like there was very little effort at real intentional humor. There was a lot about this game that was charming and cute. Taishi Xiang's illustrations of the Chinese legends that her brother was telling her were great. I really liked those. But the overall, like, there was things that was, like, sweet or endearing. There wasn't a whole lot that was, like, otherwise engaging or interesting. And when you get to the very, very, very end, it was a really simple quest. The idea that the entire world was in danger and we were going to save it was introduced pretty late. Mostly, we were trying to get our sister a new body, which we don't do until the very end. It's not like the Tales of Vesperia and the Aqua Blastia Core. Tales games always have a weird narrative structure anyway, but that's a game where, like, you have an early thing that you're trying to do, and it's supplanted by other things. This is like, no, for the entire game, we were really just trying to get, yeah, I'm starting to think we're already supposed to know who she is, and that's why they didn't do a whole lot to build in emotional impact. If this really is a literal follow-up on a character from prior games, then I can see how this would be for a, like, this would be like a capstone on a series that could be very emotionally impactful without doing a lot to make us emotionally involved. Elementals. It is said when enough essence of life is gathered in one place, and with serendipity they will be transformed into a living soul, called elementals, blah, blah, blah. That's why there was like a little glowing beetle at one point. Yeah, so there's probably a lot of things, a lot of the things that just popped up that didn't seem to connect to anything else. It would be like if you were playing Final Fantasy, any Final Fantasy, I guess, after Final Fantasy 13-2 seems like unfair. Oh, never mind. There's still some more to come. They've rebuilt the house, and she is going to live with us. Because I consider myself collectively the Taishi family. That's just about what you needed. A new journey awaits. Pick up the Xuan Yuan sword. It's still not over? Oh, this might be New Game Plus. Well, let's throw down a save in case this turns out to be New Game Plus. Because I don't necessarily want that. I don't see where I would go to save. Seems like you could save on the bed or something before, right? But this kind of confirmed, like, I didn't think a whole lot of dialogue was necessary, but this does seem to confirm that these guys are going to live together as a family now, which I think is sweet. There's definitely a flame of attraction between Zhao and Cao Hong, despite the fact that neither one of them ever seems to express much of anything, but that's just their nature. Like, it seems like there is attraction, they're just... Their nature is such that they're not going to speak about it too much. So I'll throw down a save before I do anything else. This video will go long, but I will wrap up my session now. I can't see myself redoing the meteor ship. Prepare for the final battle. Doesn't seem to be a point in saving that either. I'll do a new slot. I'm being overly paranoid about the fact that I might lose this video. So hopefully that is complete paranoia and we won't lose the video. But pick up the Xuan Yuan sword, a new journey awaits. I would assume there's a New Game Plus option of some kind, but let's see. Oh, I meant to also see, were we leveling up fighting those enemies? Yeah, we're at level 48. We were at like 46, I think. Okay. Okay, enjoy the story with a more easy casual approach. Can't change difficulty in game if you select Nightmare. Okay, so we can back out. I'm just gonna assume that's New Game Plus. I don't think we need to see that. But yeah, at the end, oh wow, this did go. Okay, maybe I will split this into two after all, because I lost track. If I split this after the fact, I need just a few more minutes of content to make it worthwhile. So I could, well, I mean, I could just take a quick peek to see if these, if the monster DLC, Hundong, I think his name is, that one's just a single boss fight. We can just check and see, are we even damaging the thing, or is it like similar level of you can never ever get hit ever, or with the best gear and everything, are we in a position where we could at least harm it? Because now I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to have to split this after the fact. Because I was at like 50 minutes for what would have been a 30-minute video.